New York State, in particular, New York City, is the big place of dreams. It's the nation's largest city with some of the biggest opportunities in the land. And if you can make it in New York, you can make it everywhere. And New York has been very accepting of many different ideas in music and fashion and doing business, very similar to California. And that does mean being malleable to the LGBTQ community and also minorities. New York City is a literal melting pot. And so a place like this is liberal and typically votes Democrat. People who live in New York praise the state because of how open it is and how many opportunities it gives people, especially in the Black community. But could it be that the state of New York has hidden racism? Fast forward. Kathleen Courtney Hochul has been New York's governor since 2021. And unlike many politicians in the high-profile government of New York, she's not from NYC. She's from Buffalo. And that's what's important here. Coming from Buffalo and becoming the governor of New York is actually a big time deal. But what's even a bigger deal is some of her commentary toward the Black community. Rewind! On Monday, May 6, 2024, during the Milken Institute Global Conference in California, Kathy Hochul went viral for saying this.
Now we have, young Black kids growing up in the Bronx who don't even know what the word computer is. They don't know. They don't know these things.
Boy, you don't sit your stupid ass down. Who the you think you is?
That's right. Kathy Hochul said, literally, you have kids in the Bronx that do not know what a computer is. Although everybody in the world knows what a computer is. Even I'm in Uganda. Every kid knows what a computer is. They may not know how to use a PC, but they know what it is if they recognize it. And so if kids in Africa know that, then obviously kids in America, where computers are manufactured and made, would also know that. And this caused a big reaction across America.
I can't think of anything more insulting out there than to say that in this day and age, in 2024, there's children in the Bronx in New York who don't know what a computer is, when New York was one of the same states where originally when the scamdemic was unleashed on the world, they were the first ones allocating hundreds of thousands of tablets so that all the school kids could go and do remote learning.
Now again, this brother is telling all facts. During the pandemic, New York City did give out free tablets to help underprivileged youth stay online. So they definitely know what a computer is. A tablet is just an innovation of a computer. But then he continues.
The fact that Kathy Hochul had the nerve to say that in the first place indicates one prevailing truth that seems to have stood the test of time as far as the left is concerned. And that is that they view minorities particularly with a certain degree of derision, and they believe that we must always need them to help us because we're incapable of helping ourselves, which in itself is an affront.
Again, this sort of language coming from white liberals is a backhanded statement, basically implying that Blacks can't do anything for themselves and that they're silly or they're dumb. He's exactly right, because a lot of liberals treat the Black community, pretending that they love you, but at the same time mocking you and then treating you like you have no intelligence at all. Of course, Kathy Hochul said, "No, I didn't mean it like that. No, I apologize. No, I'm really sorry." All right. Then when she apologized, of course, you have your Black politicians like the New York mayor, Eric Adams, saying this.
Listen, I am not the word police. I know the governor's heart. And, when you make thousands of speeches, when you're in front of the cameras all the time, when you're trying to be authentic and say the things that you're really feeling, one can sit back and do a critical analysis of every sentence you say and say, oh, you didn't say it this way, that way. I know her heart. I know what she was intended to say. And she was not trying to be disrespectful to the people of the Bronx. And I thank her for what she's doing and how she's highlighting, the issues, technology. We need to have it throughout our entire city, and she has been a real partner. And so those who want to be the word police in this business, you go right ahead. the people of the Bronx knew where her heart was, and she's sincere about uplifting the people. We don't always get it right.
Because he's not the word police. You know, the people in the Bronx know where her heart is, right? Fast forward. On September 7th, 2025, Kathy Hochul pulled up to the True Bethel Baptist Church in Buffalo. And she decided that she would speak. And when she started speaking, she started using some interesting language towards the audience.
We are under siege, my friends. This country is under attack. And I think about what you're talking about, Bishop, about crashing out. And sometimes there's people who want us to crash out, to divide us. Right. And I'm pained to say this, but I actually believe there's someone sitting in the White House who wants us to crash out. And don't underestimate a woman from Buffalo who gets really, and I'm not going to say the word, but I'm not going to say it. All right. Forgive me. Who gets really pissed off about what you're doing to my people.
Boy, you don't sit your stupid ass down. Who the you think you is?
Well, since the pastor used the term crashing out, now she's using the terminology crashing out. Again, the hip white liberal showing the black audience that she's cool, just like Bill Clinton playing the saxophone with shades on the Arsenio Hall show in 1992. This is exactly what they do when they come around blacks. Hey, we're cool just like you. Yeah, we don't want to crash out because I want to crash out on Trump. You know what I'm saying? I want to crash out. Well, wait, there's more.
So I'm putting more money back in people's pockets. The largest middle-class tax cut rate in 70 years. An inflation rebate, because you all paid so much in inflation. We collected more in sales tax. I said, that's not my money, that's their money. You people across the state of New York, checks are coming out soon. Watch the mail. Okay? Don't spend it all one day.
You hear what she said? Don't spend it all on one day. Get something you really need, you know? Then she said, that's right. Don't stop by the liquor store, you know? Buy something from the kids. Now, this is condescending because let me just say this. If you're going by the liquor store, that's the LIQ. Black folks love the liquor store. If she is talking to white folks, she would never say that. But basically what she's saying is black people are more likely to waste money on alcohol than using money to buy basics for the kids. That's what she's leaning into, that harmful stereotype. You black people can't manage your money. Now, although you're inside of a church that obviously gets their own tithes and can stay afloat, but it's okay. You know, all you blacks, all you guys do is buy Hennessy and Don Julio, and your kids is hungry because you'd rather drink Coke 45s than feed Lil Pookie over there. Is that right?
Got him. Got him.
Yeah, that's racism with a plate of food. And of course, this is condescending language. However, this is no different than Charlie Kirk. Why? Well, because number one, Charlie Kirk, when it comes to the black community, unless you're a complete sellout and agree that black people are bad, Charlie Kirk can't be your friend. Okay. But the one thing I do appreciate about people like Charlie Kirk and Nick Fuentes and some of the people on the far right is that they let you know how they feel. You know that they don't like you. They don't want to be around you. And if they really felt like all you do is spend money by the liquor store, they'll just tell you. They don't waste their time trying to talk your language like crashing out. And by the way, don't stop by the liquor store. No, they don't do that. They just tell you right out, like off the bat. Those guys with the RTTL project, Return to the Land, they let you know that they don't want to be around blacks. And I like it. But see, the most dangerous people are the ones that want to be around blacks, come to your churches and talk to you like this. But at the same time, they're taking your tax dollars. She's saying, hey, I'm saving your money. No, she's giving that money to immigrants and replacing all Americans, in particular blacks, and helping immigrants get housing with the tax dollars that you spend. She's not talking about that, right? No, because she wants to replace you completely because really she's tired of Black America, just like almost every other liberal city in America. I talked about San Francisco, blacks declining. LA, blacks declining. New York City, blacks declining. Chicago is one of the strongholds that's left, but blacks declining. And it's by design, and sometimes they do that with black mayors. But I would rather deal with overt white racism than covert right racism. Tell me directly you don't like me. I can respect that. But when you want to keep giving these backhanded compliments, this is the second one she's did within a year and a half. So we already know how you feel about blacks. Number one, you feel that blacks are not educated. They don't know what computers are. So they'd rather buy Hennessy and not buy stuff for the house. We get it. We're all alcoholics to you. Great. Don't apologize for it though. Tell the truth. That behind closed doors, you say some of the nastiest, dirtiest things about black people. And now it's starting to Freudian slip. Yes, slipping out. And you're trying to hold it in. Even the pastors are trying to say that's not what she meant. She's trying to make a joke. No, let me talk about making jokes. Do you go to the Jewish community and talk to them like that? No. Do you go to the whites and talk to them like that? No. Do you go to the Hispanics, talk to you like that? No, because you know better. You know better. You know what the consequences are. You'll never do that. And she's Irish, by the way. All right. How would she like it if somebody came into her community and said that? Oh, they wouldn't like it a lot. Of course. That's the point. So guys, what do you think? It's your boy, Shady Jackson, back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Junk. I appreciate all you do. Subscribe to the bell. We're out.